Welcome to the Conspiracy Outpost. Today we reveal the riveting, ruthless, and relentless Rougarou, Louisiana's legendary lurker of the bayou. Brace yourselves for a howling tale of mystery and myth. I'm your host, Casey.
Mike.
And I'm Jackalope Joe.
Jackalope?
Yeah, rabbit with antlers. Apparently it's a cryptid.
No.
Bullshit.
It's something that people have done with taxidermy shit for a long time.
Yeah, I know. I'm seeing a picture of it right now. But apparently people, North American folklore describe them as jackrabbits with antelope horns. Yeah. I imagine people just put them on their taxidermy things. It's like, yeah, I caught it like this.
Yeah.
No, those aren't so marks.
Those aren't so marks. Those are antler marks. Everything with antlers on them.
See, look at this deer. He has fucking bull horns on it. See, those are natural.
What's the animal that people were trying to pass as a fucking cryptid, and it was like a fucking kangaroo they sewed bat wings on? Oh, the Jersey Devil. There's some shit like that. I forget where it was at. I read about it. I was like, that's wild, because you could see the fucking sew marks on those.
This is funny. So we may or may not have done this episode before. We don't know, but
we definitely haven't released it.
Yeah. But for those of you who don't know, the Rougarou is a legendary creature that is deeply rooted into the folklore of Cajun and French communities in Louisiana.
Are Cajuns, is their origin just a bunch of inbred French people? Or am I thinking of something else?
I mean, no.
Not, I mean, it's not that. So we. That's all I had about Cajun people.
Well, I could tell you a little bit about the French origins, or the French influence of it. So originally, the term Rougarou derives from the French word loup-garou, meaning wolf, and garou, meaning werewolf.
I thought you were going to say meaning wolf pussy.
French.
You know when you're not reading it and you just hear it as loup-garou, it sounds like some kind of kangaroo offspring.
It sounds like a Rougarou-based cereal brand that the Cajuns have. It's like, oh, you guys have Fruit Loops? I can't do a Cajun accent. God damn it.
Oh, you guys have Fruit Loops. We have Loops on it.
Made with real Rougarou pubic hair.
I don't know if that worked, but it sounded
I mean, I don't know. It was pretty good.
It's kind of more Frenchy than Cajun. I think you need to get a little hillbilly in it.
Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, that's all it is, right?
The Loup-garou stuff is French. That's the French part of it.
Yeah. But the French settlers are the ones who brought the werewolf legend to Louisiana in the 17th, 18th centuries. And then the Cajun people over time had a little...
After all the cousin fucking.
Put a little twist on the legend. And
you mean that they created an amazing spice blend.
They did, and who would have known you'd have to get in your first and second cousins' pussies to do it? Hey, that was being generous. I could have said sisters.
Oh God!
When the Cajuns, when they got a hold of the legend, they blended it with their local customs and beliefs, evolving into a uniquely Cajun version of the werewolf myth, incorporating elements of Catholicism, swamp culture, and oral storytelling. And I knew you were going to laugh when I said that joke.
Incestual oral myths.
What's the Cajun part? Is it like run around with a bowl of fucking gumbo?
Dude, I would eat the shit out of some gumbo.
I love it, dude.
Yeah, you said gumbo, and my stomach started growling.
I make pretty fucking good gumbo. It's pretty good, but like, I don't know. I like jambalaya and like red beans and rice more.
Jambalaya is pretty good too.
Yeah.
They eat that booty.
Jambalaya.
I make good Cajun food. You know, the good stuff with chicken and sausage in it, not stupid ass seafood.
Are you not a big fan of seafood?
I only like raw fish, so.
Raw fish and raw dick. That's his choices.
That's the motto I live by: raw fish and raw dick.
And it's never led me astray.
Except for that time I caught a splash of the syphilis, but you know.
Oh my god.
we caught it early, so it's okay.
We got it. I didn't go full on fucking. God
Was it Al Capone?
Yeah, Al Capone. Yeah, I didn't go full on Capone. If that's what you're thinking. It's like you're all like, it's like, okay, I did, and then you just like hear like his dad being interviewed. It's like, yeah, we caught him down in like the shed making alcohol, saying it was don't tell anybody. We're in the middle of a fucking what do you call it? God damn it! See, I can't even think of the word right now. When they got rid of alcohol.
Prohibition.
Yeah, prohibition. Jesus Christ! It's like we're under.
They didn't get rid of it. They just outlawed it.
Yeah, they outlawed it. People are still like making it, but
it's what made fucking organized crime so profitable.
Yeah, that's what made Al Capone all of his fucking. Wasn't he fucking yeah? Well, anyways, my joke
Prohibition
was
was like one of the worst things that happened to America because it just made, you know, crime soar.
Do you know why they got rid of Prohibition?
Women?
No.
Or no, that's why they had Prohibition. No, why'd they get rid of it?
It's because when the Depression was coming about, they needed
stimulate the market,
stimulate the economy. Yeah, so they said that the beer, they unoutlawed it just to get the economy going again.
Yeah, it's what they were all like, God damn it! It's like, hey guys, guess what we're bringing back? And they're all shaking some fucking natty cans. Hell yeah, brother!
Congress is shotguns beer. It's not illegal anymore.
It's weird. Our Bible sales went down, but our beer fucking sales went way up. Nobody's looking for Jesus anymore. Trying to find what's at the bottom of that bottle. You guys know how like addicts always turn to Jesus? Gotta be obsessed with the Lord's.
You gotta be addicted to something.
Yeah, why not be addicted to that fucking shredded, pale-faced man's ass?
Yeah, before it was meth and dick. Now it's just Jesus.
Now it's Jesus and dick. Except for I have to go to confess my sins after
dude
indulging.
Yesterday when I was in Chico with Matt and Pa, they drove by and these people were like on a megaphone and holding signs like Jesus is king, and they sounded very angry. And it's like, dude, you're being annoying. You sound like they had the bitchiest sounding person on the megaphone. Like they sound like they were just yelling at people, even though they were nice words. But it's like, dude, why do you sound like that? Why do you sound like fucking Hitler? You sound so angry.
That's what a lot of like those Christian like kind of groups always sound like. They're aggressively preaching love. Like,
yeah,
take our fucking love. You're gonna burn in hell.
So the Rougarou is depicted as a werewolf-like beast that stalks the swamps and bayous and wooded areas, preying on those who cross his path or violate moral or cultural taboos. It's a humanoid creature with a wolf-like head, glowing eyes, sharp claws, and a fur-covered bodies. Some accounts describe it as a large wolf or dog with supernatural speed and strength. And it is said to prowl the wilderness at night, hunting and terrifying those who encounter it.
See, that would actually be like super terrifying as compared to like these wild-ass Jersey Devil and Chupacabra-looking motherfuckers. Where it's just like, it's described as essentially the kind of werewolf that's in Harry Potter, and it's like, ew.
I know.
Ain't you?
I'm like picturing. Let me.
You know, but if it's like legit, just a giant ass fucking wolf, I'd be terrified. Like a dire wolf or some shit. Run into that in the swamps. Oh fuck, I'm shitting my pants.
Yeah, when
and straight up just fear boner too.
I don't remember the professor's name. The one that
Snape.
turned into no, not Snape.
Just kidding.
The one that Snape didn't like. I forgot his name.
No, it's stupid because
Say it again.
Remus Lupin.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
so Lupin, yeah. So that's what the Rougarou
Obviously,
kinda looks
he was
like
the-
when he shapes into that.
That shit bugs me, dude. It's like his name. It's in his name. it's him.
Yeah, the weird thing about it is, like, I don't understand why they went that direction in Prisoner of Azkaban, the movie, because, like, later on in the books, or even in that, too, they describe him as looking like a wolf, you know?
Yeah.
In fact, like, Tonks later on, like, her Patronus is his wolf form.
I think maybe they did that because Sirius was an animagus.
Yeah.
And he can... Oh wait, no, is the animagus the one that turned willingly?
No, Sirius
Okay,
was an
yeah.
animagus.
So I think they didn't want people getting confused with the dog and the wolf.
Yeah.
Is because people are stupid, is what my leading theory would be for it, because...
I mean, I think, like, keep more wolf stuff. Like, make it more wolf-like, but yeah, change it a bit, maybe just, like, a wolf that does walk somewhat upright, you know? But,
Yeah,
like...
Lupin kind of looked like a naked mole rat wolf.
he looked like they're like, well, instead of being a werewolf, we're gonna make it a were-chihuahua.
Yeah, he's
we want this wolf to look like dick skin. How do we get that?
like, that's what Voldemort's dick would look like that hue of color.
that is what his dick looked like. He actually made this werewolf in his image, in his dick's image. No, I don't know the origin of these things, but I'm just putting Voldemort in the god pose. Or
Oh my god.
where he created everything.
I don't know. We'll see what they do in their TV show.
So, some of the key beliefs of the Rougarou is that it'll punish you for moral failures. It's often tied to Catholic teachings in Cajun folklore. It said that those who fail to observe Lent or break moral laws might be cursed to become a Rougarou for 101 days.
I accidentally ate
Damn.
because I forgot I was doing Lent. Now I'm getting killed by this wolf monster.
How are you cursed as a Rougarou? And it's like, well, I said I was swearing off, jerking off, and had a glimpse of someone's ankle.
In some stories, a person cursed as a Rougarou can only be freed if their blood is shed either by injury or death. The curse then transfers to the person who drew the blood.
Mm.
Which would suck, because if you're trying to defend yourself from a Rougarou, in turn you'd get turned into one. If you injured it to draw blood.
That would suck.
Blunt force trauma only.
You would turn into one if you
See, no. Blunt force trauma can still cause blood. You gotta strangle that.
Strangulation.
Yeah. You gotta... Here's what you do. You turn this into a Looney Tunes situation. Where, like, you like, set up a trap, like a nudity magazine on the ground. And then as he's looking at it, you just put a rope around his neck and hang him. And then tie him off. And then you get away with murder, too, because they're like, that dude just loves jacking off.
I was gonna say just David Carradine him.
Yeah.
I wonder if the curse is only transferable, like, if your hand, like, say I stabbed a Rougarou, but what if I cut somebody else's hand off, tie the knife to it, and stab him with it? Does that count still?
I don't know. I feel like the floppy wrist would be a problem. Here's what you do. You cut the hand off, you strip the meat back a bit, you sharpen that bone, and... No.
Or like if you just, like, say, let's go back to Looney Tunes, you just had an anvil waiting for this thing, and you just drop it on him. Technically, you're not drawing the blood, it's just the anvil did.
Yeah, how does this work if, like, it's a
how do we
mechanism?
make
What if you set up Peter Griffin's breakfast machine for him?
What if we just drowned him to death?
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh yeah, you could drown him too, but it'd be kind of scary to get a wolf, like, werewolf creature in the water, though.
Convince it to get in your bathtub with a toaster?
Especially if it's already a swamp prowling creature, so it's already accustomed to the swamp-like things. I feel like it had the home advantage over you.
Probably like an excellent
At this point, you have
swimmer.
to bring in an expert. So you bring in an Italian to make some concrete shoes for him.
Right back to the Italians.
Yeah. And then you're good to
back
go.
to the Italians.
No, what are we talking about? This is the fucking South. Just like go over one state and get someone who knows how to use a lasso.
Could you just
just drag him behind a horse?
Do you know those fan boats that they drive on top of the swamps? Just fucking plow one over with one of those.
Yeah, again,
There's
like
definitely blood with
how
that
does
one.
this work? When like does the blood have to get on you?
It
Do
just
you have
says
to
if you
directly
draw
cause-
blood off of it.
But
Why, I heard you can distract them.
would I be drawing blood, or would the knife or gun be? How does this work? I'm asking, is this like a Mjolnir situation? What if an elevator lifts Mjolnir? Like, what is this?
What about But I thought there was some kind of story where you can trick them something with counting or something. You can just distract them.
There is
salt on the ground.
We haven't gotten to that yet.
Yeah, that's like a fairy thing, isn't it?
Well, I have it down at the bottom because I had.
Well, I don't know what the LGBTQ has to do with this.
Let me tell you how. Let me finish telling the rest of the lore a little bit, and then I'll scroll down to how to fight one.
Into the other thing, how to fight one. Then we'll get into the real question of this morning, and that's how do you fight one?
So
you invite it to an octagon, and
you Mortal Kombat the fuck out of it.
So the Rougarou is kind of wild. It can disguise itself as an ordinary person by day, making it difficult to identify. And at night, it transforms into its beastly form.
Like a werewolf.
Yeah, but nightly.
Yeah.
No full moon needed.
But more French-like.
For 101 days.
The fucking, you guys ever watch What We Do in the Shadows?
I haven't.
Oh, it's so funny. There's this part, where the vampires are going to fight the werewolves. And the guy changed his full werewolf, and he goes, "What the fuck? I thought you guys could only do that during full moon." He's like, he only needs to imagine a full moon.
Oh, I think I feel like I've seen that scene.
Dude, they're about to, like, do this epic fight, and they're choosing their weapons. And the werewolf's like, "I got my claws and my teeth." He's like, "What do you choose?" The vampire goes up and gets a squeaky toy and throws it off the roof. And then they go, "No!" And he jumps off the roof to his death.
That's a little funny.
It's one of my favorite parts of that. There's also the part where they fight the Jersey Devil, and it just has a fucking, like, huge dong while they're fighting it. I think I sent you guys a video of that.
It's funny. Also, the folklore sometimes frames the Rougarou as a cautionary tale to discourage against gossip, lying, or excessive curiosity, teaching listeners, to mind their behavior.
Mind your P's and Q's, or the Rougarou's coming.
You know, just like one thing was like, like, dude cheated on his wife, and that guy was just like, "No, you're not supposed to talk about that, or you'll get eaten by the Rougarou. Don't gossip, bitch." And they're like, "Oh, I didn't know that." He's like, "Yeah,
I'm
go out,
sorry,
father, whatever his name is."
I'm sorry, Clint. Me and the girls are just messing around. Nah, dude, you can tell everybody how small my dick is. You just wait, Rougarou's coming for you. Oh, you think my dick's small till you see that doggy dick. He's coming for you. Just wait.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry, Clint. No, fuck you.
So the Rougarou is seen as, in some interpretations, as protector of the swamp, punishing those who harm the environment or take more than their fair share.
I don't know, man. I used to know.
How do you harm the swamp environment? Isn't it already fucked anyways?
Probably draining it. He's coming for Trump.
I used to know this guy that liked to go to strip clubs, and he liked to bury his ass in the sweaty twerking booties. We called him a Rougarou because he was a protector of the swamps. I don't know. That one wasn't that good. I was trying to think of a sweaty ass joke. I don't know anybody that went to strip clubs because I only hang out with.
Who do you think would win in a fight over a swamp, Shrek or a Rougarou?
A Rougarou.
A Rougarou because Shrek, he's all
Shrek
bark
took on
and
a
no
dragon,
bite.
though.
No, he ran away from a dragon.
Yeah, he ran away from a dragon. His friend fucked it.
Yeah.
The significance in the culture is the Rougarou is said to gain fear and respect, and it's used to maintain order and morality in tight-knit communities. It's also a deterrent for children and adults alike to avoid wandering into dangerous swamps at night.
It's like the mafia in New Jersey.
But these
demand fear.
Rougarou, the Rougarou tales have been a cornerstone of the Cajun storytelling. It's been passed down through several generations around campfires, festivities, and family gatherings.
It's been passed down by incestual generation after incestual.
I also see that you forgot to mention, literaturely. Oh no, I'm not very literate, so. But neither are they, apparently.
I hope you guys know that our entire fan base is Cajun.
Hey, if we shit on everyone, then it's fine.
Oh, we don't shit on the whites enough.
The whites are the worst.
The whites are the worst. I mean, we can go after we can make this very anti-Semitic and start calling them Rougarous.
Oh my god!
Oh man, I love Jewish people. All right, or I love the Jewish faith. I just adore the Old Testament. I like a wrathful God. I don't like the peace loving hippie one. You get the New Testament. I like to kill your son in front of me and let me watch God.
Or get your son to go to kill. Get you to go kill your son and be like, "No, I'm just kidding, you fucking idiot."
Nah, I'm just kidding.
I almost got you.
I just want to see if you love me or not, dude. No, it's cool, dude. Don't cry. Hug your son, man. I'm gonna kill my son soon too, and then I'm gonna love everybody afterwards.
I was watching Young Sheldon, and there's a scene where he's talking about how God got angry because these kids were making fun of one of his disciples or whatever, or something like that, and so he sent a bear to go eat all these children, and that's what he did. And then his mom was like, "That's Old Testament Jesus. He's different now."
Buddy Christ.
That's a God comes down to fucking talk to someone. They're all scared. It's like, what? No, come on. That's Old Testament. Don't be weird. I don't flood and burn things anymore.
It'd be a lot cooler if you did.
I just like to sit back and love you and watch you destroy yourselves.
Well, I pulled that Bible verse out when we first started the podcast when it said that this guy and his two daughters, the daughters got him drunk and then basically raped him just to have kids.
Damn.
There's some fucked up shit in the Bible.
Yeah. But the Rougarou is popular in the Louisiana culture today. They have festivals, artwork books, and there's also even cryptid hunters out there looking for this guy. Have they found him? I don't know. Tune in next week. No.
Where we'll have one of them on here.
Now that the light's on, you look like so much more closely resembling to Nick when your hair's longer.
I know my hair's too long. It sucks.
For those of you that don't know who Nick is, it's Casey's molesting uncle. And by uncle, I mean it's just a homeless guy.
The Rougarou also shares similarities with the European werewolf legends, with the transformation, curses, and morality parts of it. And then some researchers believe that the Rougarou legend may also have been influenced by Native American shapeshifter myths, blending with French traditions to create this hybrid folklore of the Rougarou.
Wendigo.
Yes, sir. So now let's get into fighting this thing. That's what Joseph's been waiting for.
I suggest waiting for an opening and uppercutting it. That tends to do very well for me. So you get this cool thing that pops up. It says "punish." Yeah.
So fighting off a Rougarou is a mix of physical and spiritual strategies. Since the Rougarou is rooted in legend, much of its defeat hinges on the understanding its supernatural nature rather than straightforward combat. And here's how you might fend one off. We talked about it a little bit earlier. You got to shed its blood to break the curse. Obviously, you'd use weapons like knives, sharp sticks, someone's pointed finger sharpened at the end, But if you injure it and such, the curse will transfer to you. So it's not wise to do it that way.
That feels more like a thing where, like, if you have a loved one and you're like, okay, I need to save this. You cut them open, you break the curse, now you have the curse. Now you just need to go find someone who will shank you. I suggest going to a prison.
Imagine a Rougarou loose in the prison walls just mauling through inmates. Your moralities are wrong!
Dude, that's a supernatural episode. That would have been fucking
Dude,
crazy.
you know how scary it would be? You know how scary it would be if it was a female Rougarou? Just fucking one time out of the month, they're just bleeding on everything.
Just extra moody.
Just like the menstruation. I mean, that's bleeding, right? I mean, I guess you're making yourself bleed, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess that's not really doing anything. I'm thinking of blood getting on you. I just made this gross for no reason. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you did.
You're not if you're a Rougarou, you'd tell me, right? Why would you think I'm a Rougarou? Because this tampon's soaked in wolf blood or wolf hair and blood.
No, it's my dog. She's going through something.
Either you're Rougarou or your dog got in your tampons again.
I just want to appreciate that apparently you're an expert in wolf hair.
How do you know the difference between wolf? Yeah, that's an Alaskan gray if I've ever seen one. I don't know if that's a real wolf breed.
Oh, fucking no. I know there are gray wolves.
Well, I know you know a lot about like random stuff, so you just like ask. Actually, gray wolves are only in whatever region. You're a real wolf expert. That reminds me of that.
I prefer sniper wolf.
Sniper wolf. Shane Gillis, that Uncle Daycare thing. When it was
my god!
He had the wolves on his shirt, and it's like, what sound does a wolf make? He's like, wolves. That shit makes me laugh way too hard.
The guy's gonna kick one of their asses. He's like, no, they're uncles. They're uncles.
Well, sorry, I didn't know.
He's like, oh, okay, oh.
Oh, fuck. That shit is hella funny.
Watch this video I sent you guys in the chat. It's only 6 seconds. Is it a Rougarou one? It's a wolf one.
Oh god. What am I about to... Oh, I think this is really... Hold on.
I'm a wolf.
The fucking bark at the end. I'm a wolf. Anything but physical. In every aspect but physical.
When I watched that the first time, I was just crying, laughing so hard. I was at Sonic getting some food, and the guy who brought me the food was like, "You want to watch a hilarious video for like 6 seconds?" And he's like, "Yeah, sure." And he said, "Mine too."
I remember seeing that like a long time
ago. Showing the people that. This is funny to show somebody.
It'd been funny if it was him. That I was, hey, look at this idiot. Oh shit, that's you.
Was he rocking the skates? And funny about laugh and then fall backwards.
So back to fighting the old Rougarou.
The Lougarou.
They say that its gaze can instill fear or paralyze its victim. So you need to you gotta avoid locking eyes with it and focus.
Oh, I thought you meant like gay.
Yeah.
Like homosexual.
That's what I thought you said. I was like, wait a minute. I didn't know that the Cajuns had strict, like, like homosexual, like, fucking lore. If the gays stare at it, gets self-conscious and goes and changes its physical appearance to
it's like shit. It's a good thing I'm a musician. There's a lot of gays in this group. I'm gonna be fine.
They also say to carry protective symbols like crosses because they're linked to Catholicism. So
Catholicism, I think.
Yeah, Catholicism. Yeah, that's the word I'm trying to say. So
like yours, it sounds more evil. Catholicism. Sounds like cataclysm.
But holy water, crosses, and prayers might help repel it. I wouldn't put my eggs in those baskets.
Overly crosses, like crucifixes, holy water, and an overly touchy preacher.
That seems like weird because like doesn't this like cryptid enforce biblical values? Why would biblical things hurt it?
I don't know.
Like, I understand why they hurt vampires, because they're, like, you know, doing non-biblical things.
They also say, salt circles is, this is really for any supernatural thing. They say it's believed to carry, purifying properties. So they say if you create a circle of salt to protect you, it will block its path. So protect you or block its path. But I don't know.
Create a sugar circle if you want to fuck it.
What's the stop of
sweet.
Rougarou for throwing a fucking big ass rock at you, knocking you out of that circle? What are you gonna do now? It's like that where they draw the circle around them.
Can't they just blow the salt away? Like
they're also like
that they blew down the three
monster. Like there's water and mud everywhere. Yeah, wash that shit down.
Rougarous are basically werewolves, and we know they like to huff and puff and blow house. Who's bringing food? What kind of food you got?
Well, when I'm done with this, I'm gonna eat some leftovers.
Oh, I hit the wrong button. I meant to mute myself.
Oh, you have not been muting yourself at all this entire time. I've seen you hit buttons, but you've not been muting yourself.
No,
you'll find out when you check the recording.
I know. I probably fucked something up. Shit. Probably nothing too crazy though. They say you can light a fire. Rougarous might fear fire or bright light, torches, flashlights, or even setting a small blaze can keep it at bay. Be cautious though, because fires in swampy areas can be dangerous. I tried to Google why. I don't know why, but it says it.
That's such a wet environment. Why?
That's what I said. I was like, I don't understand why it'd be
It's all the ogre,
I don't see a lot of dry shit when I see swamp stuff.
It's a lot of methane from ogre farts. But
it could actually be methane.
What's it called? I like how you said they might whatever with fire, like it wasn't a for sure thing. So it's like I just pictured you waving a torch like the Shrek thing. Back, beast, I warn you. And he just licks.
As someone who lives in California, I'd say that forests are much more dangerous than swamps when it comes to fire.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I tried to do a quick Google and I was like, I don't see anything about swamps and fires anywhere, so I don't know.
There's just explosive gases in there or something. I don't fucking know.
And then what Joseph was talking about, Cajun tradition suggests that the Rougarou cannot count beyond 12. So a common trick is to leave 13 small objects like coins, stones, or sticks outside your door, and the Rougarou will compulsively try to count them, but will get stuck at 12, giving you time to escape or wait for dawn to arrive.
Jokes on you, I've got a baker's dozen.
He's all, damn, that's all funny. One's roaring at your front steps, and you're just like, you just lay it all out there, and it's like, ha! And it's like counts to 12. It's like, what the hell? It's just like sees that one's like, What the hell comes next? Like, it's just confused. Like, it's never seen anything past 12. I don't know. That's just hella funny to me.
He's getting a calculator out.
It's like, what the fuck? What is that number?
I do say I cannot count past 12.
Could you imagine that? Just like a very cartoony villain is like, ha ha ha! I see that you only have 12 things. So guess again, it's a baker's dozen. Shit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
AI overview on Google says swamps are flammable and can catch fires from seasonal dryness. Many wetlands, including swamps, are only wet seasonally, making them susceptible to fire during dry periods. Swamps produce a flammable gas called swamp gas. I don't know why that's so funny to me.
Because it sounds like swamp ass, that's why. That's why you're laughing.
Which is created when, I can't say this word, anaerobic, ANAEROBIC.
That sounds right.
Yep.
Yeah, anaerobic bacteria break down proteins, cellulose, and fats in the mud and sediment of the swamp floor. Swamp gas is lighter than air and can be ignited with the match.
Nice.
Yeah. Don't be smoking weed out in the swamps.
Dude. Could you imagine how fucking scary that was to go walking through the swamp with a lantern?
Yeah, that would be insane. Oh, man. Underground fire. Swamps can also be the site of smoldering fires that burn underground for years.
Dude, one of our recent fires in California was caused because, like, a fire from 2 years ago, the roots of a tree underground was still burning.
Jeez.
That's fucking crazy. Sounds like that fire couldn't let it go of an argument or some shit. I don't know.
Typical. It's probably a woman tree.
All of our listeners were women, Casey. Way to go.
I know. Fuck.
They're all Cajun women. Dude, you just can't.
Like I said, we're hitting everybody in this one.
Cajun women, and one's my uncle. Figure that one out.
They also say that the Rougarous fear iron objects, so keep an iron knife or some sort of iron tool nearby you for protection.
So this sounds just like a lot of just like ghost fighting stuff from Supernatural.
Yeah.
Iron.
That's funny.
Or demon fighting stuff. Iron, salt, holy water.
Another way to defend yourself is follow the rules. Be moral and cultural. You know, don't break religious fast, lie, or behave immorally to draw the Rougarous' wrath. Keep with your faith and traditions, avoiding taboo behavior that might shield you from the target. You could try to outrun or outlast it. Rougarous are known to be relentless hunters, but may lose interest if dawn approaches or if they fail to catch their prey quickly.
I've never been known to outlast anything.
Stay on the higher ground, avoid the swampy terrain where they have the advantage, and use your knowledge of the environment to hide or escape. And then, if you suspect someone is cursed as a Rougarou, you may need to seek the aid of a priest, healer, or a wise elder to perform rituals or prayers to lift a curse. Some traditions suggest confessing sins or asking for forgiveness to prevent the curse from taking hold.
See, I feel like this was just a way for the Catholic Church to get a lot of power back then.
Also, you know how fucked up it would be if, like, you weren't aware of what Rougarous were and you witness a werewolf and you're like, don't worry, babe, I got this. Like, you're making out somewhere in a swamp and you're just like, don't worry, babe, I got this. And you fucking, like, throw a silver cross at it and does nothing. Wrong metal, bitch.
He just left this time because the mute wasn't working.
He's like, hold on, I gotta answer this. He left because he was offended by that. Everybody knows who Rougarous are.
What else do they say? Stay in groups. Rougarous are less likely to attack if there's multiple people around. Be prepared if exploring swampy areas. Bring weapons, flashlights, and some sort of means of navigation. and respect the swamp. Don't harm the environment or provoke the creature, and if you see a nice little house nestled on there, don't go over there, because there's probably a pissed off ogre about to yell at you to get out of the swamp.
I love that they're like, keep a weapon, flashlight, and like a way of knowing where you're going. It's like, so just prepare to walk in the wilderness.
Yeah. You think you wouldn't have to tell people that, but there's literally stories time and time again where these people go out with no plan and then they end up dying. I actually just read a story about this lady who went hiking with her friend and her friend's husband, and she wanted to do the whole trail. They only did half or whatever, so they turned back. She ended up getting lost because she went off the trail to go take a pee. Got lost for like 3 weeks and ended up dying.
I know like multiple people who do like very long hikes to where it's like multiple day, and they're backpacking for a while, like in the wilderness here in California, and like they bring mace with them. I was like, why don't you bring a fucking gun?
I know.
I was like, I don't like guns. It's like, well, neither do bears. That's the fucking point.
There was a serial killer that raped and murdered hikers. What was that killer's name? I can't remember.
Oh no, there was one in Australia that did it. The backpack killer in Australia.
Yeah, there was one in America too, and I just can't remember what it was.
Yeah.
That's what the mace is for, though. Oh, this isn't regular. It's like, did you bring your mace? Yeah, I got bear mace and rape mace. It's like, nobody's getting me today.
Like when I go camping, I bring bear mace, but I also bring a gun
and condoms, because you never know. Bear condoms, because I don't know.
There's a really rapey bear in the forest that has just come, like, it grew accustomed of the mace. So, like, when people mace, it's like, not today, boy. You're getting it still.
You remember that whole thing? Would you rather be trapped in the forest with a bear or a man? This bear took that personally and was like, I could rape too.
Oh, you think I can only do one crime? What do you think? I'm simple-minded?
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna go take a piss, and when I get back, we'll get into some sightings.
Ooh, that sounds exciting. Damn it. Wasn't that great? So what were we doing? Oh, yeah.
Some eyewitness accounts. In the 19th century, some local reports describe a shadowy, wolf-like figure prowling near settlements. Often these stories emerge during Lent, reinforcing the superstition that those who break traditions might attract or become the Rougarou. There's not a lot of information on these fucking sightings. There's just some, like, little tidbits. A fisherman in the 20th century in the bayous claimed to see a tall wolf-like creature with glowing red eyes staring at him from ashore. When he directed his flashlight towards it, the creature reportedly vanished into the underbrush, leaving behind strange, claw-like footprints.
I was a crackhead. Cajun crackheads hit differently.
Louisiana in the 1970s, a local resident during a late-night drive, the individual described a chilling encounter with a creature crossing the road. The figure was said to have had glowing eyes and moved with an unnatural speed.
Another crackhead.
This one, I don't know when, these are like ongoing reports in different Louisiana bayous. Locals frequently report hearing deep, bone-chilling howls in the night, often followed by an eerie silence in the swamps. These occurrences are commonly attributed to the Rougarous lurking in the shadows.
It's a monster.
2016, a man reported hearing howls near the swamp late at night. Locals familiar with the Rougarou folklore suggested it could be the said cryptid. Most skeptics just attribute it to the native wildlife.
Probably. He actually married it and named her Howley Berry.
Unless it was a new resident, I feel like if you were around the swamps your whole life, you would know what the sound of the swamp sound like. And if you heard some creature growling out of nowhere, you'd be like, that's not normal. Looks like
it's Bert from across the... That's actually Bert from across the swamp. He's been trying hot yoga.
There's something amiss at the creek. I don't know.
The creek.
sometime in the 2000s.
This is Bert. He skinny dips in a swamp at night. He's just like howling.
This is from 2000s now. I don't know. It doesn't specify when in the 2000s. But it says, visitors to the bayous have described shadowy figures lurking among the trees and strange scratches appearing on vehicles left parked overnight. Dun, dun, dun. Some people associate the Rougarou, like, scratching the vehicles as, like a territorial thing. This is his land. This is my
Go on,
land. Which way back to town? Back the way you came.
Matt did that yesterday too. He did it in the Kermit voice though.
Yeah, it's back the way you came.
That was perfect.
That was good.
Yay!
Fucking Kermit.
Here's one. This one's kind of a longer one. One of the most chilling Rougarou tales comes from the dense Louisiana bayous, where a group of hunters allegedly encountered the beast. They ventured deep into the swamps, driven by rumors and strange howls and glowing red eyes, haunting the area. One night, the hunters reported hearing an otherworldly scream that echoed through the trees. Moments later, they spotted a towering figure with a wolf-like head and blazing red eyes charging towards them. The creature moved with unnatural speed and agility, vanishing into the shadows as suddenly as it appeared. Frightened but determined to confirm their sightings, the hunters later found large claw marks etched into nearby trees and faint traces of blood on the ground, though no animal or human have ever been found in the vicinity.
Ooh.
Another wild story involves a young boy who was walking alone.
A lot of our stories start with young boys.
But he was walking alone at dusk near the bayou.
Young boys are never alone in the bayous.
He claims to be. He claims to have been pursued relentlessly by the Rougarou. The boy managed to escape by crossing a stream and quickly drawing a circle of salt around himself, a method believed by the locals to ward off the creature. The Rougarou stopped at the water's edge, growled, and disappeared in the nights. The boy's account became local legends, warning others to never travel alone in the swamps after dark.
I call bullshit on that one because who travels with salt?
I know. Well, no. He was prepared. You know, he went into he knew he was going to be walking by the bayou. He had a supernatural, I'm going to get fucked over by a Rougarou kit with him. He had his iodized salt.
He had his Rougarou salt, Rougarou pepper spray, and his rape pepper spray. He was ready for everything.
And his Rougarou rape whistle.
That's his Catholic priest rape whistle.
It's a multi-tool.
It actually does a high pitch frequency that only handsy priests can hear. And they're like, ah!
Another story is a bizarre account involved a motorist in Louisiana striking a calf while driving. When the driver exited the vehicle to check, the calf had disappeared entirely, replaced by a man walking away unharmed. This man was rumored to be a transformed Rougarou. This tale highlights the creature's reputation for shapeshifting into animals native to the bayou, blending folklore with eerie occurrences.
How the fuck are cows native to the bayou?
I don't know.
That there's a swamp heifer.
I'm gonna actually go there.
You're like, I'm actually gonna write that down. Swamp heifers.
All I'm thinking of is, that'd be a sea cow.
No, I guess it says raising cattle. Spanish brought cattle to the New World from Europe shortly after 1492. The first Louisiana cattle The first cattle in Louisiana were longhorns, which were introduced by the Spanish in the 16th century. And I guess cattle ranching has been part of Louisiana's agricultural history since the early 1700s.
Okay, but that's like ranches. That's not like wild cows.
Look at this.
Well, yeah, but they brought them over here, so maybe they're what do you call them? Free range.
You said native to the swamp. I thought
that's okay. Okay, Mike.
Like maybe if it was an alligator or something.
This one says swamp cows in Louisiana. A documentary called "The Hunt for Swamp Cows" tells the story of wild cows in Louisiana's marshes, including who owns them and how they got there. But this one's funny. Zygomaterus, I don't know, trilobus. I can't say that. Also known as the Mungo swamp cow. This prehistoric animal was similar in size to a pygmy hippopotamus and may have lived in swampy areas of Australia. This has nothing to do with ours. I mean, it kind of is a swamp cow. Fossils of the swamp cow have been found in Black Swamp Kangaroo Island. I didn't know there was a Kangaroo Island. So that was interesting. This one sounds a little racist, but we said we haven't had a whole lot of white jokes in here. Florida cracker cattle. This American breed of cattle originated in Florida, is known for grazing in swamps and grasslands. They are docile, hardy, and heat tolerant, and can come in a variety of colors.
Haven't we just exclusively been talking shit about white people in this?
Yeah, mainly the inbred nature.
French, Italian, Spanish.
Another tale centers on a group of teenagers camping near the swamps late at night. They heard rustling outside their tent and saw a pair of glowing red eyes. The entity stalked them through the night, leaving behind massive claw marks on nearby trees. The creature never attacked, but his presence was enough to convince the teens they've encountered a Rougarou.
I just kind of hope that there's just like some random bear that's out there for some reason.
Just like
swamp bear.
It's like, you don't belong here. This ain't a forest.
Ugh.
This one's
looking at this. Mungo swamp cow.
Ew. It looks like something from Fallout.
Yeah, it does.
That looks like someone made a sculpture of like a hippo out of a whole bunch of hams.
Oh man, I didn't like that picture. That was a good analogy.
This one happened this year. A series of animal attacks in a remote Louisiana town was attributed to the Rougarou after a trail camera captured a shadowy figure over 8 feet tall with glowing eyes and a snout-like face. The figure was seen knocking over an 8-foot-high security box, leading locals to believe it was more than just a bear. This incident sparked debates about whether it was a Rougarou or an undiscovered predator. So that one's cool. I didn't actually look up. Let me see if I can find it.
Where a lot of scoutmasters go
in
missing.
Louisiana.
That was actually the end of my sighting. So yeah, tell us about the festival disc. Because I didn't write anything about that down. I just said they have a festival every year, but I didn't get into it.
Yeah, you said to bring something to the table, so about weird stuff. In Houma, Louisiana, how do you spell it? Or how do you pronounce that? Houma?
I have the towns on some of these places, but I didn't know how to pronounce them.
Yeah, so I just said fuck them. So they hold an annual festival in the Rougarou's honor, combining both cultural appreciation with community fundraising, benefiting the South Louisiana Wetlands Discovery Center, which serves as a hub to increase awareness of the plight of Louisiana's wetlands and the people that live there. That's like a word-for-word quote of what they do on their website, slwdc.org. So that was it's got I wasn't aware the wetlands were in trouble. I'm just kidding. Everywhere's in trouble. They're staffed with environmental scientists that develop and implement place-based lessons, empowering students to navigate the environmental challenges they face as residents of coastal Louisiana. So the festival takes place a weekend prior to Halloween every year. Some highlights of the festival include costume contests and a parade where those who attend dress as the Rougarou swamp-themed creatures, as the Rougarou and other swamp-themed creatures in a parade known as the Rougarou Parade. Krewe as a separate word, then Ga, Ga, as a separate word, and then Roo, like Rougarou Parade. I wonder if it's offensive to dress as Shrek, though, during it. Get that gun. Like, is that offensive to swamp culture? Do you think? Like, we've been making a lot of Shrek jokes.
It's okay.
Swamp culture sounds racist. The parade's actually the main attraction, starting at the Homa Terrebonne Civic Center, and is about 1 mile long, featuring decorated boats, giant puppets, dancing zombies, and witches. And the Rougarou Queen, which this year was Miss Courtney Benet. So I think she's like a teacher or some shit. I forget. I was reading about her on their website.
Is that like the ugliest person they could find in town? They just
creature. They actually try to find the most likely old Italian lady that you would like to fuck, and they call it a cougaroo.
After you win Miss Rougarou, you become a cougaroo.
Yeah, you become a cougaroo. Everybody wants to plow. She's a native of Morgan City and has been a resident of Homa or whatever since 1984. So she lived there a long time. I think she's just a really liked person in the community. I think it said she was a teacher, but I don't remember. I didn't write it down because I didn't really want to delve into this lady. They do storytelling of the during the festival. They do storytellings of the folklore. Like locals will gather around to tell tales of the legend, mixing both spooky and humorous tidbits. I think like the thing with the counting and all that shit. Just talk about funny stuff and other things. They have musical entertainment at the festival with bands performing musical genres native to the area, like Cajun and Zydeco. I don't know. Zydeco. I've never heard of that type of music.
What the fuck is Cajun music? I just thought they played jazz down there.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I mean, that's what Preacher taught us. Yeah. I imagine that it's just like a lot of like incomprehensible like singing mixed with slurping noises from several cousins kissing, just in the background. Is that fucked up saying? They have food and crafts. Vendors offer Cajun foods, which I heard was mainly seafood on like some of the things. And
it'd be hella funny if someone dresses as a Rougarou at Comic-Con and someone dropped like 12 things in front of them, or 13 things in front of them, and they would just sit there all day just fuck!
I can't break character! Yelling and spitting. They got handmade crafts inspired by the area's cultures, and they got a bunch of family-friendly activities like puppet shows and interactive educational exhibits. I don't know what's educational about Rougarous. I don't know. That's all I wrote about that.
It teaches you moral values, Justin.
And that's all I have to say about that.
That's all I have to... Apparently, too, in Red Dead Redemption 2, from... see, this is what... I got this part.
Dude, I've been playing that recently. I almost have it 100%.
Damn, see, I was thinking about restarting it, but I was so hurt. I was at like 40-something%. Took forever to get to that, and then all my data got corrupted on my PS4.
I've replayed that game like multiple times, but right now I'm going for the 100%. I have over 300 hours into it.
I still gotta beat the games I'm playing now, but I was thinking about going back to it. Apparently, there's a Wolfman in it, and I forget where I found this at. It said that he's in the swamps of Lemoyne or whatever, but oh yeah, and it says given the appearance and location, it's likely inspired by the Rougarou Lord. And like I read that, but then I watched the video on I watched the video on YouTube, and it was like in the mountains. And then I looked on I think it was on the Red Dead wiki. It said he was located on the Roanoke Bridge or some shit. However you say that,
dude. That's something that we got to do with Roanoke.
But yeah, it's like it's a crazy like hairy man, and he's surrounded by wolves. But I forget where I read it. It said he was in
I killed him.
Yeah, he has like a letter on him or some shit or a diary. Yeah. So, and the video showed him up in the mountains. So I don't know what I read that it said he was in the swamps.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
but dude, we should
bridge,
Roanoke.
right?
That's an interesting one. I don't know. We haven't done it.
No.
The name sounds familiar.
Well, it was a village.
The disappeared. God damn it! We've had this conversation already.
on a tree is in Croatoan. That's all that was left behind.
I was like, God damn it! We just had this conversation because I was like, that sounds familiar, and then you explained it in the messages, and I was like, oh yeah, I just watched a Watch Mojo video. That was in one of the top list things.
I like what Supernatural did with the Croatoan thing being a demon virus.
Ooh.
And like it was like first in that village and it killed everyone. Interesting.
We definitely will get to that.
I definitely like the idea that Rougarous are actually just scoutmasters that are trying to escape accusations hiding out in the swamplands.
Oh my god.
What do you guys think of this Rougarou? Do you think he's real?
I don't think he's real.
Yeah, I don't think he's real. I think people are finding other...
The swamps are so well, like...
Swamp peppers.
People are out there, like, discovering, like, giant snakes and shit all the time, looking for shit all the fucking time.
Could just be a creature no one's ever seen before.
Yeah, but how fucking big are the swamps, really?
Swamp bears. It's a swamp boar. Thought it was a wolf.
And with it being, like, an 8-foot fucking 4-legged animal. Like, if it's 8 foot tall on 4 legs, that's fucking massive. It's like an elephant.
Louisiana swamps are large, including the Appalachian Basin, which is the largest river swamp in the United States, and the Terrebonne Basin, which is made up of 730,000 acres of marsh and swamp.
730 acres?
730,000 acres.
Oh. That's a lot.
He's like, yep, that is a lot. It stretches 140 miles from Samesport, Louisiana to the Gulf of Mexico.
I feel like I don't believe in it because of the moral stuff to it, or like the religious aspect.
Yeah, it's got like a religious...
Sounds like someone just made up a boogeyman to scare their kids. That's the vibes it gives me.
Yeah.
So, you better behave or the Rougarou is gonna get you, like...
It's like the Cajun boogeyman, yeah.
Yeah, I guess that could have been adapted afterwards, you know? But, like...
What the fuck is the sunken Josephine?
I don't know. What do you do on the weekends?
So I call my asshole. This Google thing, it says, what's the scariest bayou in Louisiana? And then this is from gardevorchi.nichols.edu. Haunted locations. It says, to this day, it's said that the dead rise from the sunken Josephine and continues to linger over the land. Further down the bayou lies Bayou Sales Road.
I didn't know that you had said
I think I
thought you said sucking.
Oh, sucking.
That's what I was like. I don't know. What do you do on the weekends?
Is this combining two different things? I think it's just taking little things. But I don't know. I've never heard of the sunken Josephine. That is
I
what
implied that on the
asshole.
weekends you dress up in drag, call yourself Josephine, and suck dicks.
I'm actually very much like Ed Gein, where I wear a female skin suit and I walk around the swamps of Louisiana in it, and I call myself the sunken Josephine. I'm usually just giving blowies out to old scoutmasters hiding out in the area.
The sunken Josephine is a sunken ruin.
So what do you think of the Rougarou, Joseph?
And kind of the same way, just all like the religious aspects of it. I don't really buy into it. But I mean, I will believe that there's just some hairy animal that people are just assuming is the Rougarou out there. It doesn't even necessarily have to be like a wolf or anything really big, but you know, people let their
boar.
yeah, it's just like a hairy boar out there or some crazy shit.
Well,
it's just like
hairy.
Yeah. I mean, like an extremely like bush, like a crazy hairy one. like you can just see the shit stuck in its ass fur. Like it's just down. Nah, I'm just kidding. Yeah, no, I mean it could just be like a fucking boar or something. It's when people get afraid, their imaginations run wild, and something can look a lot bigger or a lot different shape than what it really is. I don't know. I mean, people look at.
That's what I was gonna say too. Regardless if it's real or not, the legend the sightings stem from the imagination, possible misidentifications, or maybe there is something supernatural. We don't know.
Dude, I got my chair is like black with white spots on it. When a shirt's on it, when I walk by it, it looks like a man with a pale face staring at me. It makes me jump. But when you actually look at it, it looks nothing like that. It's just like first glance, like, like motherfucker, who put my shirt there? Looks like a scary pilgrim.
What do you think? Yeah, you just said what you thought.
Yeah.
That was just a quick thing. I thought you had more.
Well, I was gonna say I kind of agree with the whole boogeyman situation because there is a lot of morals and stuff, and I don't think a creature would really go out of its way just to oh, you're a law-abiding citizen. I'm gonna leave you alone, but hey, look at you, look at you sinner.
You're lucky you pray every night. It's like me personally, as a man who lives in a morally gray zone. You're right. I don't believe in it at all. And you got a giant I believe in the Rougarou poster, like right behind your computer.
I just like.
Yeah, I thought it was stupid too. Just like tear it down.
You're like, what's that poster? Nothing.
Got a tattoo of a Rougarou. Rougarou and an alien kissing.
I can't put a Rougarou next to him. Just put some kissy lips on him, you know? Put a Rougarou on the other side. That'd be hilarious.
That would be. You just start, every time we do a podcast, you just start getting tattoos slowly of each episode, all in like, it eventually turns to a fucking crazy Last Supper orgy of like aliens and Rougarous and
Wendigo. 21 days.
Wendigos bending over, Bendingos.
Nice.
I like I seen Bigfoot. I bent him over a tree stump, called him a Bendingo.
Okay, well, I need to go to work pretty soon, so this was fun.
I hope you think about everything we talked about today.
I will. There's no way that I can't. I'm scarred.
I'm scarred for life. All right.
Well, take it easy, you guys.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.